Okay guys, so we are continuing with the chapter of arithmetic progression and we are on exercise 5.2. So we have done till 15th questions in previous videos. Now let's do the 16th question. So now 16th question says determine the AP whose third term is 16 and seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. Okay, let's start solving. Let's see the solution. So now it says we have to find the AP whose third term. So I am given third term is equal to 16. Okay, and I am given one more thing is seventh term exceeds, means seventh term is bigger than the or larger than the fifth term by 12. So I can say seventh term minus the fifth term is equal to 12. Okay, so I can form two equations. The formula which I have to use, the nth term formula, so that is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now t3 will be equal to a plus 3 minus 1 into d. Okay, t3 is given to me as 16 and this is equal to a plus 2d. So this is my first equation. Okay, using the same formula now we will apply. We are given that t7 minus t5 is equal to 12. So I'll apply those formula. So a plus 7 minus 1 into d, then I'll write down in this bracket, big bracket, so a plus 5 minus 1 into d. This is equal to 12. Okay, so now I get a plus 60 minus a plus 4d is equal to 12. Okay, a plus 60 minus a minus 4d is equal to 12. So a and a gets cancelled. I get 2d is equal to 12. So d is equal to 12 by 2. So my d is 6 here. I've figured it out. Now I'll substitute the value of d in any of the equation, maybe the first one. So substituting the value of d in first equation. So first equation is a plus 2d. Okay, so a plus 2d is equal to 16. Okay, a I have to find out, plus d is my 6, so 2 into 6 is equal to 16. A is equal to 16 minus 12, so my a has come out to be 4. So I got my a and I got my d here, so I've got both of these values. Now I can find the AP. So therefore AP would be equal to 4. So my first term, then I have the second term will be 4 plus 6, then third term a plus d, then a plus 2d. So 4 plus 2 into 6 and so on. So now this will be equal to 4, then 10, then 6 2 times 12 and 4 16, and 6 22, and then 28 and so on. So this would be my AP, right? So I think we are done this with this question. This is my answer. Now let's move to question number 17. So question number 17 says find the 20th term from the last term now. So last term we have to see from the last of the AP 3, 8, 13 and last term is 253. Okay, so now let's just see solution, right? So you have to find the 20th term from the last term. Okay, so from this AP we know that my a is equal to 3 and my d will be equal to second term minus for the first term, 8 minus 3, so it is 5. Okay, now I can show you doing this question in two ways. Okay, one way would be to find out the last term, right? So nth term. So we know Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So first I'll find out the which term is this, right? So this term would be Tn is given to us as 253 and a is equal to 3 and n I have to find out, d is 5. Okay, now 253 is equal to 3 plus 5n minus 5. Okay, now 253 is equal to 5n minus 2. Okay, so 5n would be equal to 253 plus 2. So 5n is equal to 255 and n is equal to 255 by 5. So 5 times and 5 1. So we have got n is equal to 51. Now I have to find 20th term from the last. So 51st is my last term and let's find out the 20th term from the last. So if I start counting from 51st, my 20th term would be 51. So 20th term from last would be equal to 51 minus 19, right? Because 20th term I have to find out. So I'll just subtract 19 to get my 20th term from the last. So this would give me 2 and then 4 minus 1. So 32nd term. Okay. So now I'll find out with the same formula. So Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and I have to find out a is same, right? So a is 3 in this and 32 minus 1 and d is 5. Now a plus 31 into 5. So 3 plus 5 and 15. So 158. So my 20th term, therefore 20th term from the last is equal to 158. Okay, so this is my answer if I am doing it in this way, but there is another way of doing it. I think you might think that it is similar, because finding this 20th term, right, this that you will usually subtract 20, so that is not correct. You may tend to make mistakes usually. 20th term you have to find out, so we just have to subtract the 19 terms, right? 20th we have to find out, so we won't subtract that. So this is a chance of making mistakes, so you have to be careful at this point. Then, or we can do in another way also. So or, right, so different ways. So they are saying 20th term from the last, 20th term from the last. So what I can do is I can write down my AP in inverse way, right? I can start the last term as my first term. So if I start my last term as first term, my AP would become 253 and so on, then 13, 8 and 3, right? So in this case my A would be 253 and my D would be equal to minus 3 now, see, right? So minus 3 because minus 5, sorry, okay, minus 5, because now these have been decreasing from the starting. So D would be, in the sign of the D will change, because now we are writing in the reverse way. So now I can find out the 20th sum. So n is equal to 20 here. So now I can say again I have to write down my formula, a plus n minus 1 into d, nth term. So now I have to find the 20th term. So a is 253 and n is 20 minus 1 into minus 5. Okay, so this becomes 253 and this would be 19 into minus 5. So 19 5 times is 95. Okay, let's subtract now. So if I subtract 8 here and then 4 minus 9, so 5 and 1, so I am getting the same answer. So I can say 20th again, therefore answer, right? 20th term from the last is equal to 158, right? So I think you would find this easier, but you have to consider, you just have in this the chances of thinking about D might you can make mistakes in that, because now it is decreasing. If it was decreasing in the original AP, the reverse AP will have the positive D. So we have to think in that way. So that would be some chance of making mistakes. So you have to take care here, and you can do this way also. Both the ways are correct. Any way you do, it's fine. Okay guys, so now let's move to question number 18. Question number 18 says the sum of the fourth and eighth terms of an AP is 24 and the sum of sixth and 10th term is 44. Find the first three terms of the AP. So we have to find out AP. For AP we need the first term and we need the common difference, then we can find out, right? So now let's start the solution. So what's given in the question is sum of fourth term and eighth term of an AP is equal to 24, and we are given that sum of sixth term and 10th term is equal to 44, right? Okay, so we can make two equations and solve them simultaneously, or linear equations in two variables, right? Okay, so now I'll write down my formula. So nth term is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now so I'll apply T4 plus T8 is equal to 24. So now according to this, A plus 3D plus A plus 7D is equal to 24. So 2A plus 10D is equal to 24. Taking 2 common on both sides, so A plus 5D is equal to 12. That's fine. Okay, now let's move to second term. So T6 plus T10 is T6 plus T10 is equal to 44. Okay, applying the formula, same thing. So A plus 5D plus A plus 9D is equal to 44. So I get 2A plus 14D is equal to 44. So taking 2 common, so A plus 7D is equal to 22. So these are my two equations. This is my first equation. This is my second equation. Now equating 1 and 2. So equating 1 and 2. I get A plus 5D is equal to 12 and A plus 7D is equal to 22. Subtracting, so all these signs will be negative. I get AA gets cancelled, minus 2D is equal to minus 10. So D is equal to minus gets cancelled, 10 by 2. So I get D as my 5. So I get the common difference here. Now I have to find the A. So substituting the equation in any one. Okay, so now substituting the value. Substituting the value of D in 1 maybe. Okay, so my first equation was A plus 5D is equal to 12. A plus 5D is equal to 12. So D is 5 here. So 5 into 5 is equal to 12. A is equal to 12 minus 25. So A is equal to minus 13. So I got my A, I got my D. So I can write down my AP. So therefore AP would be equal to A plus D, A plus 2D, and first three terms only. So that's fine, I think. Okay, now A is equal to minus 13. Minus 13 plus 5 and minus 13 plus 5 into 2 and so on. So this would be equal to minus 13 and this would be equal to minus 8 and this is equal to minus 13 plus 10, so minus 3. So these are this is my answer. Therefore AP is minus 13 minus 8 minus 3. That's your answer. Correct? So now we have finished this question, and now next 2 more questions are left for this exercise. So those we'll do it in next video. So see you guys.